Marriage Proposal. Starring Kate Nicole Sharp as Natalia, Keith J. Hale as Chubukov, Alexander Chilton as Lomov, music and technicalities Indra Roy Chaudhary, produced by Basmati Malik, directed by Swachhata Guha Malik. The Marriage Proposal is a one-act farce by Anton Chekhov, written in 1888 and first performed in 1890. It is a fast-paced play of dialogue-based action and situational humor. A young man, Lomo, comes to propose his neighbor, Natalia, but they both keep on fighting on various topics. Through this play, Chekhov exposed the fakeness of the world and tries to show how superficial people are. So, hope you're ready for some good laugh. The Proposal. Characters: Stepan Stepanovich Chubukov, a landowner; Natalia Stepanovna, his daughter; Ivan Vasilievich Lomov, a neighbor of Chubukov, a large and hearty but very suspicious landowner. The scene is laid at Chubukov's country house, a drawing room in Chubukov's house.
My dear fellow, whom do I see? Ivan Vasilievich? Oh, I am extremely glad. Now, this is a surprise, my darling. How are you?
Thank you. And how may you be getting on?
We get along somehow, my angel. Do your prayers and so on. Sit down, please. Please do. You know, you forget all about your neighbors, my darling. My dear fellow, why are you so formal in your get-up? Dress, gloves, and so on? Can you be going anywhere, my precious?
No, I've come only to see you, honored Stepan Stepanovich.
Then why are you in evening dress, my treasure, as if you're paying a New Year's Eve visit?
Well, you see, it's like this.
Huh?
I've come to you, honored Stepan Stepanovich, to trouble you with a request. Not once or twice have I already had the privilege of applying to you for help, and you have always, so to speak, I must ask your pardon. I am getting excited. I shall drink some water, honored Stepan Stepanovich. Oh.
He's come to borrow money. I shan't give him any. What is it, my beauty?
You see, honor Stepanovich, I beg pardon, Stepan Honorich, I'm awfully excited, as you will please notice. In short, you alone can help me, though I don't deserve it, and haven't any right to count on your assistance.
Don't go around and round it, darling. Spit it out. Spit it out. Well?
One moment! This very minute! The fact is, I've come to ask the hand of your daughter, Natalia Stepanovna, in marriage.
By Jove! Ivan Vasilievich, say it again! I didn't hear it all!
I have the honor to ask!
Hello! Oh, I am so glad, and so on, and all that sort of thing. Oh! Mwah! Mwah! I've been hoping for it for a long time. It has been my continual desire. I loved you, my angel, as if you were my own son. Oh, may God give you both his help and his love and so on.
Yeah.
I did so much hope that... Oh, what am I behaving in this idiotic way for? I am off my balance with joy. Absolutely off my balance. Oh, with all my soul. I'll go call Natasha and all that.
Look, honored Stepan Stepanovich!
Uh-huh.
You think I may count on her consent?
Of course, my darling. As if she won't consent. She's in love, egad. She's like a lovesick cat and so on. I shan't be long.
Oh, It's cold! It's cold! I'm trembling all over, just as if I've got an examination before me. The great thing is, I have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I'll never get married. Ah, it's cold. Natalia Stepanovna is an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking, well educated. What more do I want? But I'm getting noise in my ears from excitement, and it's impossible for me not to be married. In the first place, I'm already 35, a critical age, so to speak. In the second place, I ought to lead a quiet and regular life. I suffer from palpitations. I'm excitable and always getting awfully upset. At this very moment, my lips are trembling, and there's a twitch in my right eyebrow. But the very worst of it is the way I sleep. I no sooner get into bed and begin to go off when suddenly something in my left side gives a pull, and I can feel it in my shoulder and head. I jump up like a lunatic, walk about a bit, and then lie down again. But as soon as I begin to get off to sleep, there's another pull, and this may happen 20 times.
Well, it's you! Oh, and Papa, there you go, there's a merchant come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vasilievich?
Oh. How do you do, honored Natalia Stepanovna?
You must excuse my apron and negligee. We're shelling peas for drying. Why haven't you been here in such a long time? Sit down. Oh, won't you have some lunch?
No, thank you. I've had some already.
Ah, then smoke! Here are the matches. The weather is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet that the workmen didn't do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? Just think! I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I'm not at all pleased about it because I think my hay may rot. What do you think? What's this? Why, you're in evening dress? Well, I never! Are you going to a bar? What? Though I must say, you look better. Tell me why you got up like that.
You see, honored Natalia Stepanovna, the fact is, I've made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course you'll be surprised and perhaps even angry, but, it's awfully cold.
Well?
I shall try to be brief. You must know, honored Natalia Stepanovna, that I have long since my childhood, in fact, have had the privilege of knowing your family. That my late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land, always had the greatest respect and admiration for your father and your late mother. The Lomovs and the Chubakovs have always had the most friendly and, I might almost say, the most affectionate regard for each other. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor to yours. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birchwoods.
Excuse my interrupting you. You say, my oxen meadows. But are they yours?
Yes, mine.
What are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours.
No, mine, honored Natalia Stepanovna.
Well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out?
How? I'm speaking of those oxen meadows, which are wedged in between your birchwoods and the burnt marsh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're ours.
No, mine, honored Natalia Stepanovna.
Just think, Ivan Vasilievich. How long have they been?
How long? As long as I can remember.
Really, you won't get me to believe that.
But you can see from the documents, honored Natalia Stepanovna, oxen meadows, it's true, were once the subject of dispute, but now everybody knows that they are mine. There's nothing to argue about. You see, my late aunt, My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows in perpetuity to the peasants of your father's grandfather, in return for which they were to make bricks for her. Now, the peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of the meadows for 40 years and had grown as accustomed to it as if it was their own. When it happened that, they're ours. They're ours.
No, not all like that. Both my grandfather and great-grandfather reckoned that their land extended to the burnt marsh, which means that Oxen Meadows were ours. I don't see what there is to argue about. It's simply
I'll show you the documents, Natalia Stepanovna.
No! You're joking, or simply making fun of me. What a surprise. We've had the land for nearly 300 years, and we're suddenly told that it isn't ours. Ivan Vasilievich, I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows aren't worth much to me. They come to only 5 desiatins and are worth perhaps 300 rubles, but I can't stand on fairness. Say what you will, but I can't stand on fairness.
Hear me out, I implore you. The peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother, wishing to make them a pleasant
I can't
meadow—
make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. The meadows are ours and that's all.
Mine!
Ours! You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. You can go and put on 15 dress jackets. But the meadows are ours, ours, ours. I don't want anything of yours, and I don't want to give up anything of mine. So then—
Natalia Ivanovna! I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. If you like, I'll make you a present of them.
I can make you a present of them myself, because they're mine! Your behavior, Ivan Vasilievich, is strange, to say the least. Up to this, we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Last year, we lent you our threshing machine, although by that account we had to put off our own threshing till November. But you behaved to us as if we were gypsies. Giving me my own land, indeed. No, really, that's not at all neighborly. In my opinion, it is even impudent.
Oh, then you make me out to be a land grabber. Madam, never in my life have I ever grabbed anybody else's land, and I shan't allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. Oxen Meadows are mine!
It's not true, they're ours! It's not true. I'll prove it. I'll send my mowers out to the meadows this very day.
What?
My mowers will be there this very day.
I'll give it to them in the neck.
You dare!
Oxen Meadows are mine. You understand? My neck!
Please don't shout! You can shout yourself hoarse in your own house, but here I must ask you to restrain yourself!
If it wasn't matter for this awful excruciating confrontation, if my whole inside wasn't upset, I'd talk to you in a different way. Oxen Meadows are mine!
Ours!
No matter! What are you shouting at?
Papa, please tell to this gentleman who owns Oxen Meadows, we or he.
Oh, darling, the Oxen Meadows are ours.
Please! Honored Stepan Stepanovich, how can they be yours? Do be a reason. My aunt's grandmother gave those for the temporary and for use for grandfather's peasants. The peasants had the land for 40 years and had to do it as if it was their own. When it happened to their mind.
Excuse me, my precious, you forget just this, that the peasants didn't pay your grandmother and all that because the meadows were in dispute and so on. And now everybody knows that they are ours. It means that you haven't seen the plan.
I'll prove it to you that they're mine.
You won't prove it, my darling.
I shall.
Dear one, why yell like that? You won't prove anything just by yelling. I don't want anything of yours, and I don't intend to give up what I have. Why would I? And you know, my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing about it, I'd much sooner give up the meadows to the peasants than to you. There.
Oh, no. You, I don't understand. How have you, the right to give away somebody else's
I
land.
take it that I know whether I have the right or not, because, young man, I'm not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice, and so on. I, young man, am twice your age, and ask you to speak to me without agitating yourself and all that.
No, you think I'm a fool and want to have me on. You call my land yours, and now you want me to talk to you calmly and politely. No, good neighbors don't do that, Stepanovich. You're not a neighbor. You're a grab.
What's that? What did you say?
Papa, send the mowers out to the meadows at once!
What did you say, sir?
Always, and I shan't give them up, shan't give them up, shan't give them up!
See, I'll have the matter taken to court, and then I'll show you.
To court! You can take it to court and all that. You can. I know you. You're just on the lookout for a chance to go to court and all that, you pettifogger. All your people were like that. All of them.
Never mind about my people. The Lamards have all been honorable people, and not one has ever been tried for embezzlement like your grandfather.
You Lamars have had lunacy in your family. All of you.
All!
Your grandfather was a drunkard, and your aunt, Natasya Milhailovna, ran away with an architect. And so...
And your mother was a humbug. Mate, something pulling in my side. My head. Help. Water.
Your father was a guzzling gambler.
And there haven't been many backbiters to equal.
My left foot's gone to sleep. No, you're an intriguer. Oh, my heart. It's an open secret that before the last elections, I can see stars. Where's my hat?
No, it's dishonest. It's mean.
Yes, and you are just a malicious, double-faced intriguer. Yes.
Here's my hat. Help. Oh, my heart. Which way? Where's the door? I think I'm dying. My foot's quite numb.
Well, don't get put in my house again.
Take it to court. We'll see.
Careful. Take him.
A rascal. What trust can one have in one's neighbors after that?
The villain. Scarecrow.
The monster. First, he has the impudence to abuse us, and then he says he's taking our land.
Ha! And that blind hen. Yes, that turnip ghost has the confounded cheek to make a proposal and so on. But a proposal. Ha!
What proposal?
Oh, he came to propose to you.
To propose. To me. Why did you tell me so before?
This is up in evening dress, the stuffed sausage, the wizen-faced frump.
To propose to me.
Ah!
Bring him back! Back! Bring him here!
Bring home back!
Quick, I will fetch
What's that? What's the matter with you? Unhappy man that I am. I'll shoot myself. I'll hang myself. We've done for her.
I'm dying! Fetch him!
Ooh, at once. Don't yell. Ugh.
What have they done to me? Fetch him! Fetch him back!
He's coming, and so on. Devil take him. Well, talk to him yourself. I don't want to.
Fetch him!
He's coming, I tell you. Oh, what a burden, Lord, to be the father of a grown daughter. I'll cut my throat, I will indeed. We cursed him, we abused him, drove him out, and it's all you. You.
No, it was you!
I tell you, it's not my fault. Oh, now you talk to him now.
My heart's palpitating awfully. My foot's gone to sleep. Something keeps pulling in my side. Nah!
Forgive us, Ivan Vasilevich. We were all a little bit... I remember now. Oxen Meadows really are yours.
Oh, my heart's beating awfully. My Meadows, both my eyebrows are twitching.
The meadows are yours. Yes, yours. Do sit down. Huh? We were wrong.
I did it on principle. My land is worth little to me, but the principle!
Yes, the principle. Just so. Now let's talk of something else, huh?
More so as I have evidence. My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows to your father's grandfather's peasants.
Yes, let that pass. Wish I knew how to get them started. Will you start shooting soon?
I'm thinking of having a go with the black cock. Honor Natalia Stepanovna. Oh, have you heard? Just think what a misfortune I've had. My dog, Guess, whom you know, has gone lame.
What a pity. Why?
I don't know. Must have got twisted or bitten by some other dog. Nothing of the expense. He was my very best dog. I gave Mironov 125 rubles for him.
It was too much, Ivan Vasilevich.
I think it was very cheap. He's a first-rate dog.
Papa gave 85 rubles for his squeezer, and squeezer is heaps better than Guess.
Squeezer better than Guess? What an idea! Squeezer better than Guess?
Better. Of course, Squeezer may develop a bit. He's young, but on points and pedigrees, better than anything that even Volchanetsky has got.
Excuse me, Natalia Stepanovna, but you forget that he is overshot, and an overshot always means the dog is a bad hunter.
Overshot, is he? First time I hear it.
I assure you that his lower jaw is shorter than the upper.
Have you measured?
Yes. He's all right at following, of course, but if you want him to get hold of anything...
In the first place, our squeezer is a thoroughbred animal. The son of harness and chisels. Now there's no getting at the pedigree of your dog. He's as old and ugly as a worn-out cab horse.
Look, he is old, but I wouldn't take 5 squeezers for him. Why, how can you? Guess is a dog. As for Squeezer, well, it's too funny to argue. Anybody you like has a dog as good as Squeezer. You may find them under every bush almost. 25 rubles would have been a handsome price to pay for him.
There's some demon of contradiction in you today, Ivan Vasilevich. First, you pretend that the meadows are yours. Okay. Now that Guess is better than Squeezer. I don't like people who don't say what they mean, because you know perfectly well that Squeezer is 100 times better than your silly Guess. Why do you want to say it isn't?
I see, Natalia Stepanovna, that you consider me either blind or a fool. You must realize that Squeezer is overshot.
Not true.
He is.
Not true.
Oh, I shout, madam.
Why talk rot? It's awful. It's time your Guess was shot and you compare him with Squeezer.
Excuse me. I cannot continue this discussion. My heart is palpitating.
I've noticed that those hunters who argue most know least.
Madam, please be silent. My heart is going to pieces. Shut up!
I shan't shut up until you acknowledge that Squeezer is 100 times better than Guess.
100 times worse! Be hanged with your Squeezer, his head, eyes, shoulder!
There's no need to hang your silly Guess. His head's dead already!
Leave my heart
Please tell us truly, which is the better dog, our squeezer or his guest?
Stepanovich, I implore you, just tell me one thing. Is your squeezer overshot or no? Yes or no?
And suppose he is. What does it matter? He's the best dog in the district for all that, and so on.
But isn't my guess better, really, now?
Fight yourself, my precious one. Allow me. Your guest certainly has his good points. He's purebred, firm on his feet, well-sprung ribs and all that. But my dear man, if you want to know the truth, the dog has two defects. He's old and he's short in the muzzle.
Excuse me, my heart. Let's take the facts. You will remember that on the Marcinski hunt, my guess ran neck and neck with the Count's dog, while your squeezer was left a whole verst behind.
He got left behind because the Count's whipperin hit him with his whip.
And with good reason. The dogs are running after a fox, and Squeezer goes and starts worrying a sheep.
Not true, my dear fellow. I am very liable to lose my temper. And just so, because of that, let's stop arguing. You started because everybody is always jealous of everybody else's dogs. Yes, we are all like that. You too, sir, are not blameless. You no sooner notice that some dog is better than your guest, and you begin with this and that and other and all. I remember everything.
I remember too.
I remember too. What do you remember? Huh?
My heart, my foot's gone to sleep. I can't continue.
My heart. What sort of answer are you? You ought to go and lie in the kitchen oven and catch black beetles, not go after foxes. My heart.
Yes, really. What sort of a hunter are you anyway? You ought to sit at home with your palpitations and not good tracking animals. You could go hunting, but you only go to argue with people and interfere with their dogs and so on. Let's change the subject, all right, in case I lose my temper. You're not a hunter at all anyway.
And are you a hunter? You only go hunting to get in with the Count and do intrigue. Oh, my heart. You're an intriguer.
Intriguer. Shut up!
Intriguer!
Boy! Pup!
Old rat! Jesuit!
Shut up or I'll shoot you like a partridge, you fool!
Everybody knows that. Oh, my heart! The late wife used to beat you. My feet, temples, butt! I fall!
You are under the slipper of your housekeeper.
There, my heart's burst. Oh, my shoulders come up. No, where's my shoulder? I doctor.
Boy, milksop, fool!
What sort of a hunter are you?
I am
You can't even sit on a horse. What's the matter with him? Papa! Look, Papa! Ah! Ivan Vasilievich! He's dead!
I'm sick. I can't breathe. Air.
He's dead! Ivan Vasilievich! Ivan Vasilievich! Oh, what have you done to me? He's dead! Oh, a doctor! A doctor!
What is it? What's the matter?
He's dead! Dead!
Who's dead? Oh, so he is? My word! Water! A doctor! Oh, here, drink this. No, he doesn't drink. Well, it means he's dead. And all that. Oh, I am the most unhappy of men. Why don't I just put a bullet in my brain? Why have I not yet cut my throat? What am I waiting for? Give me a knife. Give me a pistol. Oh, he seems to be coming round. Drink some water. Yes, that's right.
I see stars, mist. Where am I?
Hurry up and get married.
Uh,
To the devil with you. She's willing and all that. Look, I give you my blessing and so on. Only leave me in peace.
What? To whom?
She's willing. Well, kiss and be damned to you.
Yes, I'm willing.
Brother.
Yes, whom? Oh.
Boy.
Very nice, too. Excuse me, what is all this about? Oh, now I understand. My heart. Stars. I'm happy. Maria Stepanovna! Oh, my left foot's gone to sleep.
I'm happy too.
Weight off of my shoulders. Oof.
But still, you will admit now that Guess is worse than Squeezer.
Better.
Worse.
Better.
That's a way to start your family bliss. Look, here, have some champagne, all right?
He's better.
Worse.
Champagne!
Well, that's all for tonight, but we will come back again with more entertainment, and that too in various languages. But before that, let me call my amazing members. Hey, Natalia Stepanovna, Kate Nikolsha, please come on stage. Zhukov, Keith, please come on stage, and Alexander Chilton and Lomo, please come on stage. Our music man, Indroy Chaudhary, please come on stage. And our producer, Raspati Malik, please come on stage. Directed by yours truly, Swachhata Gua Malik. Thank you, team. I'm very grateful and thankful for this amazing team. And I hope you all really enjoyed. And as I promised, that we'll come back very soon with more entertainment. So stay tuned and have a great